Hi everyone. Today we're going to go through my June coloring pages, completed pages. As I shared last video, I keep a coloring journal with all of my completed pages. I just do a page for each book, and as I complete a picture, I just put a little sticker in each of these books and each of these pages. And so I thought I would share the new books that I did this month, because I am trying to do new books as much as I can. So I did Creepy Cuties. I did a page in that, which we'll see in a second. I also did the Eerie Magical Country. I did a double page spread for that. And Rita Berman, I did a double page spread in Hidden Earth. And Jasmine Beckett Griffith, the Alice in Wonderland, I did a page in that. And then I think that's, yep, those are all the new books. And then the other books over here, I have done additional pages. So that's my journal. Put that aside and go right into the pages. So no particular order. So the first one is the Florography coloring book by Jessica Rue. So I did this page. So this is a really fun book. She has flowers that she has on the left-hand side, and then the coloring page on the right-hand side, so you can mirror what she did, what the artist did over here. So for this page, I tried to mirror as best as I could. I think I got the colors somewhat. They're quite a bit brighter. I used my luminance pencils, made the pansies just a little bit different. No background for this. The paper is good. It's a little slick. There's not a lot of tooth, and it's not the heaviest of papers, but it was good. It was good for the luminance. But it's a really pretty book. I love all the flower imagery in here. So this one's beautiful. I can see myself doing quite a bit in this in the future. So that is the Florography. Again, Creepy Cuties. So this is a manga coloring book. I have no idea how to color manga, but I love it as an art form. So I'm excited to learn more about it. So the first page that I did in this book is the Noodle Nightmare page. So this is all done with alcohol markers. And I use these alcohol markers. They're Artfinity sketch markers. I think they're a Jerry's Artorama exclusive. It's the art store that we have here in San Antonio. So I think that's only at Jerry's. But those are the markers that I used for that, and I really like these. So trying to learn how to color manga. Again, this is my first time trying it. I love the color themes that they have for that. And I know that the colors mean something for every emotion. So again, just learning. So this was a fun book. So that's my second new book that I did. Hidden Earth. So this is actually my first Rita Berman page ever, and did it in the new version of the Hidden Earth coloring book. So did this double page spread. So this is it. So a jungle page. So this is a black acrylic marker, and these are colored coloring pencils. And there's some stickles, and the eyes, I actually used this. So this is Crystal Clear Nouveau instead of my usual clear acrylic that I use for eyes. So that stuff really gives a good elevation to the eyes. It's really smooth. So that stuff's fun. It's a new thing for me. And then these are just some stickles and some Ranger liquid pearls throughout. So Hummingbird has some glitter metallic on there. But yeah, I like this page. I think it turned out nice. First Rita Berman, but there's a ton in here that I'd love to color. So looking forward to future pages in that book. Okay, Eerie. So I have a lot of history with Eerie. I have tried to color in Eerie for a long time. I have so many of the books and have not had any good luck with coloring so far, because I just haven't figured out the medium to use that works for me. So this is my first time actually having a completed page in Eerie, and it's a double page spread. It's not my favorite, but I was excited to get one done. I didn't expect it to even turn out, which is why I didn't really spend time thinking about a color scheme. I just started coloring. I just started coloring the the art, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, these are working. I used the Staedtler pens for these. So these are the pigment pens, pigment brush pens. So I used that for pretty much the entire page. And then I just treated it kind of like a cute and cozy book. So I did some shadowing and things. But yeah, I'm excited to have a page done for Eerie. I have so many of the books and I have just not had any luck and trying to figure out what works for me. But this book is adorable. So lots of wonderful pages. I'm sure you've all seen this. But yeah, so that's my first ever Eerie book, dub page spread done. This is my first page in the Alice book. So as you know, I love Jessamine Beckett Griffith. I have a ton in her other books, but I hadn't ever colored in the Alice book. So I did this page. I think I mentioned last time, so I have all of her tarot card decks. And so the nice thing about the tarot card decks is they match the coloring pages. So I did this one, Painting the Roses Red. So this is my page. Again, use those same alcohol markers. So these Artfinity alcohol markers for this one. This is the tarot card. So you can see kind of what that looks like and how I did. Oh, nice and bright. It's fun. So I was excited to get a page done in there. Okay, and then again, no particular order for these. But these are some of the books that I got back to this last month. So the first is City Among the Stars. So I did this page. And you can probably kind of see over here on the edge, this has a lot of backgrounds under here. So I tried a bunch of different things. Kind of a purple, well, I tried gelatos first. Gelatos weren't quite working for what I wanted. And then I did a purple kind of acrylic. Didn't really like that, but I did these with my luminance and I really liked how she turned out and I loved the dragon. And so I was going to give up on the page and then just decided to do a black shiny oiled pastel background just to try to save it. So I did that and then I outlined it with a Posca yellow pen. So it's very shiny. I don't know if you can see that with the light. Maybe let me move that. If that's any better. And then the dragon actually has a bunch of glitter on his wings. So yeah, so that's what I did in City Amongst the Stars. Midnight Masquerade, I mentioned last time, this is my travel book. So I always take this when I'm traveling. We were in Las Vegas for a few days for the Craft Utopia. And so I was able to bring this book and do a couple pages. So the first one that I did was the lanterns. So it's this one. This is this was kind of an experiment. So this one is acrylic, Juilliard acrylic marker for the background. And then I tried to do oil pastel on the edges just for some distressing. And it kind of worked. I thought it's interesting. So you can put oil pastel on top of acrylic, which was a good experiment for me. I had never done that before. It's kind of modeled, it's kind of splotchy, but I think you can get better at it. I can get better at it, and it would work a little bit better. So there's that. And then these are all those enamel dots, so it's all very raised. And then this is just colored pencils for the lanterns. Oh, sorry about this light. Hopefully that's not, I'm in a different place. I'm actually at my craft table for this, so new lighting, new setup, so learning. The other spread that I did is here, and I did this basically for 4th of July, so I'm filming this on 4th of July, so I think I'm going to post this for our 4th of July Instagram, but this one turned out really pretty. I love how bright it is. So These are the Pentel markers. They're these. So these are the Brush Sign Pen Twin. So I took these on our trip to experiment with these. I hadn't ever used these before. They're dual tip. So they have a fine tip on this end and then a brush tip on this end. And I liked them. I still prefer, so my Kirby Mythamorphia, so these are my favorite pen to color with of all time. So I love these. They're so vibrant and so easy to blend, but these were nice. So I'm going to use these again. They were good. Not quite as good as my Kiratakis, but they were good. So lots of things here. So this is watercolor, pearlescent watercolor, if you can see that, for her fan. And then enamel drops. So when I say the enamel accent drops, they're these from Ranger. And then some stickles, and that's it, I think. Some gel pen, some gold in the gel pen. The faces, I think I mentioned last time, but the faces I always use pan pastels for the most part. And oh, the background is gelatos. So I really got into gelatos this time. We got some samples actually at Craftytopia, and it inspired me to actually get to know to use them. So I mixed a few colors of gelatos for the background. And it was really fun. So it's nice that once the gelato's dry, you don't have to set them. Like, they don't come off like oil pastels do. So once you rub them in, they're done. They're ready to go. So that is really nice, especially for traveling. So I think I'm going to bring these traveling going forward for backgrounds. So yeah, so really happy with that page. And that's all I was able to get to while traveling are that double page spread and that single page. Seasons. Always color in seasons, I feel like, every year. I don't know if I shared this page, so I thought I would for this video. So this is one of my favorite pages in this book, in Seasons. So this is an entirely green color palette. This is done with Cardadachis and pan pastels for the background, and then lots of gel pen. You can see the shine. Lots of gel pen for her, pan pastels for the face. But I don't think I shared this, but I think this was done in either late May or early June. So I thought I'd throw it in case I didn't. Also done was this one. I showed this last time. This was a whip, and I was able to finish that this time. So this is the Strawberry Girl page in Seasons. So again, really bright. This was done with my Kiratakis. So you can see the difference these pens make on color books. Everything's Kiratakis here. Pen pastels for her skin. Posca gold acrylic pen for these leaves. And then I just outlined them in white. Lots of stickles in her hair to give some of that shine. Hopefully you can see some of that. Lots of gold over here. And some enamel drops. And then I use the black enamel drops on the strawberry. Yeah, so I like that one, how it turned out. And I think that's it for Seasons. Spirit animals, again, always seems to come out every month. So this one is kind of a fail. So again, I had a vision for this. I thought the neon and the orange and the red was actually going to be kind of cool, so I kind of went with it. So I think the dragonfly works. I mean, it's got a lot of shimmer, a lot of shine, and then we've got the neon green, and so I don't know, kind of works. And then this is a gelato, again, background. It's the gelato iridescent background, so I wanted the whole page to shine. Got a ton of, I think these are the Corrine gel pens over here, and for her mask, or her crown, excuse me, up here. So it's not quite how I wanted it to turn out, but I don't know, just a good experiment. So there's that one. It's nice and bright, at least. And then this one I liked. This one, again, it's Spirit Animals. The birds are entirely metallic gel pen. The background is pan pastel. And these, again, are those Pentel markers. So was experimenting with those. So again, those are these. And then lots of stickles in her hair. Use pearl drops for this, for the necklace and for her jewelry. And then matched up the gel pen with the hummingbirds in her hair for the jewelry. So this one I'm happy with. This one turned out really, really pretty. As most pages in Spirit Animals tend to, because it's such a gorgeous book, I think it's easy to color. Okay, some Kirby books. So Mythamorphia, I think this is the UK version, which is why I think he's red. I think I bought that version quite a while ago, and I haven't spent a lot of time in it. I think I've only done one page besides for the one I did this month. Yeah, I've done this one. But this month I got to these. So I treated this as a double page spread and made them kind of tie together. So the background is with gelatos. It's the Galaxy iridescent color purple, and then shading in the back to make it kind of stormy down here. These are Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, and lots of metallic pen. You can see all of his armor shines. Some fluorescent gel pen for the tubes and things back here. I wanted to make him look kind of alien. And then she is all done with luminance pencils as well. And I wanted her to fade into the tree. So I don't even know if you can see her, but she is a different color brown than the tree, but I wanted her to just be in there. And then all of the leaves are gold. But yeah, since they are looking straight at each other, I made this just as a double page. I don't know if it's meant to be or not, but that's it. So I did that in Mythamorphia. And then Dark Fairy Tales, hadn't worked in this for a little bit of time, so I think I got quite a bit done, for me at least. So this was the first one I did. Of course, I had to do this one. We are in San Antonio, so sugar skulls are important to the culture here. So I did this one. So this is all with colored pencils. So that is the water, the waves, the boys here, the candles, and then this is all Tuliart acrylic paint. So I wanted it to be very, I wanted it to look like paint. And then this is colors again, colored pencils. Yeah. And then just some oil pastels that I did for kind of the foam of the waves and for the candles. I love this page. As creepy as this page is, I think it's gorgeous, and the sugar skull is always fun to color. I also did, I did the Beauty and the Beast. I was playing around with these pages. So this was the Beauty and the Beast pages. This I tried to, so sometimes in Kirby's books, when I don't want to color all the detail, I will do oil pastel or pan pastel around the edge. I think this is oil pastel. I'll do that around the edge, and then I just have the illumination coming from the window, and she is all in colored pencils and just some metallic accents. So I tried to do that here just to spotlight her, and then the same thing over here. Wanted a really dark window in the background with the candles, and then the beast is all colored pencil and all of this, and there's some metallic pens back here. But yeah, I think it kind of works. I don't know, it's not probably my favorite, but I wish I had been able to make this darker. I should have really gone to town probably with oil pastels to make this really black around here, be more dramatic, but it's fun to experiment. This page I really, really like. So this page is the Puss in Boots, I think is the page. So I did an orange cat, again with color pencils, and then did all of these with pencils as well. And then this is an oil pastel and then sprayed with a satin glaze, oil pastel background. The whole thing is sprayed with the satin glaze. So this is the one that I did that got me into working on this book again. I had taken a pause from working on it. Oh, I do have one whip in here. I'll just show you real quick. This one, I don't know if it's abandoned page. I think I'll come back to it, but I was trying to make these kids to look like kind of zombies, so that's why they have gray. But I wanted the colors to be really muted, and the color pencils, they're not very muted. So the orange is brighter than I wanted it to be. So yeah, a lot of work done on this page. I don't know what I'm going to do. I wanted him to be really bright and vibrant, and then them to all be muted and kind of zombie-ish, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll come back to it, but it's a fun page. This is a ton of work to do the kids. So yeah, that's Dark Fairy Tales. And then the last book that I worked on is Summer Nights. So always Summer Nights, always come back to it. So a few pages in here. The first one is this one. So this is one of my kind of holy grail pages, meaning I've wanted to work on this for a long time, and I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but I think it turned out really cool. So it's entirely gel pens and sparkle pens, and hopefully you can see the shine of these owls. So the inspiration for this is this little gold owl. So if you remember Clash of the Titans, the old 70s movie, that is the inspiration. So he's pretty much all gold. And then I've got 2 silver and black owls, kind of a brown owl and a gold owl. The background is black, silver, and white gradiated gelatos, iridescent gelatos. But hopefully you can see, let me bring him up. That big silver owl is just so sparkly. You can see all the owls. So the pens that I used the Kirby sparkle pens. These are Deco Gel Star Sparks. Again, my favorite gel pen. And then for the sparkle, I used the Pentel, the really sparkly bits. I used the Pentel Sparkle Pops. And then just some Stickles. Stickles Silver is awesome for when you want to have some shine on the background instead of just doing kind of twinkle, like just the normal, like this that we would normally do. Silver actually pops a little bit better on some backgrounds. So I did that. And then I think just around the eyes, these are the Kuretake pens. But really happy with how these owls came out. Again, this is a Holy Grail page. I have a few of those. This is one that I was excited to tackle, and it took about 3 days, I would say, to finish. 3 sittings. So that one was really fun. And then I also did this page as well. Very sparkly. So again, gelato background, lots of stickles on this page. So lots of sparkles. Hopefully they're shining on camera. But yeah, this is a really pretty page as well. And that's it for June. I thought I would also, while I'm filming, I thought I would also share my July pages that I have planned. So I'll get those real quick and we'll go through them. So these are the July pages that I have. So the first is Lulu's House of Wonder. So this is a brand new book. I just got it the other day. I picked up this page. So I'm excited to work on that in July. I mean, all of these are so cute. Any of these pages I think would be fun. I think I'm going to do it with alcohol markers because it's single-sided. So that's my plan for that. I've never colored in a Color It book before, so I got this one, Eerie Enchantment. So again, the pages are amazing. It's like cardstock. So all of these are really pretty. I picked out the Princess and the Pea page. So I'm going to work on this page, I think, for the month. And then Fairy Tale Worlds, another beautiful book. I just got it. We just got this in the store, so I had to grab one for myself. And this one I think I'm going to work on this beautiful page. So that is going to be for July. Alien Worlds. I'm going to come back to this book. So if you watched in my previous videos, so I've done quite a few of the beginning pages in this book. This one's actually my favorite. So I love the transition pages where he's actually flying to the planets. So I think I'm going to take a break. I kind of lost interest with the ocean one. Too much blue for me. But I'm going to jump ahead and go to the last planet, and I'm going to work on this one. I love the transition pages, the planet pages, because you can do these with oil pastels. That's how I've done most of them. This one up at the front as well is all oil pastels, and then I just spray it. So I'm going to come back to this book, so I'm excited for that. Fairy Touch of Magic. I have this one picked out. So this night sky for the night scene, I'm going to work on that one. And then jewelry box, always a favorite. I picked out this one. So my favorite pictures in any Hannah Carlson books are the portraits with the jewelry or the masks or the intricate headdresses. Those are always my favorite to work on. And this one is just stunning. So I'm excited to work on that one in July. Might start that today, actually. Magical Dawn. Gonna come back to this book. And I think I'm gonna, again, another portrait with a fantastic headdress. I'm gonna work on this one with the peacock feathers. So I'm excited to do that. And I love the ones that have tattoos. I think they're so cool. And then Mary Englebright. So I'm gonna come back to this book. I haven't been in here for a while. I have a couple of her color books. And this one, I think I've only done this one. Yeah, There's No Place Like Home. But for July, I'm going to do this adorable page. So he's making a jam sandwich. So I'm going to do that. I think it's called The Journey. I think he's making sandwiches because he's like traveling or something like that. Has a fun trip planned. So I'm going to work on that. These are single-sided, so I think I'm actually going to try to use alcohol markers on that. And then, of course, one of my favorite books, I'm going to come back to Occult and Folklore. I didn't do any coloring in this in June, but it is one of my favorite books. Lots of pages colored in here so far. But for July, I'm going to try to do the Sun and Moon. So that's the plan for July. So those are the pages that I've got picked out for July. A few new books and a few favorites, and all my favorite authors and artists. And excited for this couple brand new books to me. So more to come in July. Thanks all for watching. Have a great day. Bye.